Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the action. We are live at Wembley Arena. It's the semi-final stages of the White & Mackay Premier League darts brought to you by the PDC. We're live on Sky Sports, bringing you the very best in darts action. Well, this really is the hottest ticket in sport. Here we go then, semi-finalists. Would you please welcome from Bradwell, it's time to meet the King, Mervin King. He's the reigning and defending White & Mackay Premier League champion and 14 times champion of the world. It's Phil, the Power Sealer.
Didn't realise Phil Taylor was such a good mover, did you? Never seen a 14-time champion of the world pull such good shapes. The shape he wants to see, though, is the shape of that trophy. The White & Mackay Premier League trophy, the £125,000. Can Taylor make it 5 successive Premier League titles? He has to win this one for the right to face James Wade in the final. Your commentary team, Rod Harrington and John Gwynn.
Yes, thanks, Dave. My congratulations to James Wade on making the final. And yes, you're right, the winner of this he faces. And the firm favourite here, as you say, 14 times champion of the world, winner of this in the previous 4 years, Phil the Power Taylor. But Rod, this man Mervin King, he loves playing Taylor, you know. And, well, what a gesture. You can have the darts, Phil.
Yeah, I don't think there's much of a gesture. I think it's stupidity, to be quite honest, John. If you're going to play Phil Taylor, you've got to take every single advantage you can. And especially when we're not going to a tie-break here, it's a straight leg. At the 9-all, it's a straight leg, and he's given Phil that throw. And also, John, he needs to go in the first break up. This way, he cannot go in that first break up. Phil's going to walk in at least 3-2 up, come out after the break, and probably go and break Mervin. And that's not the right thought process going up in this semi-final. Such a big, big game.
Well, I've got to say I agree with you entirely. I think if it were a tie-break situation where at 9 apiece they had to win by 2 clear legs, it'd be a different kettle of fish. But I really do believe that Mervin King was taking a liberty there, but we'll see. He's got a great start, 121 to kick him off with, but against the throw by choice. And the last time I remember, that's the only time I recall that happening in a match against Phil Taylor, where there hasn't been a tie-break attached to it, Rod, was Wayne Mardle at Bolton UK Open 5 years ago, and he lost 8-7. And he gave the throw, rather, yes, he gave the throw to Taylor, having won the bull.
And obviously Mervin thinks that he can win this first leg. That's what he's thinking, and he's got to go and do it now. I mean, Phil Taylor cannot miss this jump, surely.
140.
Yes, great start this by Taylor, and already King in this opening leg. Oh, he found 2 troubles with his first visit, and he needs at least 2 here. Does so. 180, 180. Don't burst your score now, lads. With 3 of those.
It has been done, but Taylor now just one beside that first dart. Well, now here is a chance for Mervyn King. If Mervyn King had hit the 140, he's put the pressure on Taylor. Taylor may only get the 1 dart at double top on his return. But Mervyn King,
84.
well, he's given himself an outside chance at the bullseye. Now Taylor to win the first leg.
Put this an inch or so above there. There you are. Now plenty of room for tops for a Taylor.
60.
Well, first leg opener. You're right, Rod. I think he'll go the bull route as recommended there on our screen. And then 45 left. Double 16. First leg against the throw to Mervyn King. Well, we might be made to eat our words. Still disagree with what he did, but he's won the first leg. You cannot argue with that.
Well, you certainly can't. Great 95. I've said so many times, John, that if you're going to beat Taylor, you've got to take out shots because he doesn't very often give you 3 darts at a double. And that is going to spur Mervyn King on. But also this man, Phil Taylor, you can see even more concentration in his face now.
Yes, just 1 dart at double top he had.
100.
And failed by half an inch or so, and great 95 takeout by King.
140.
And you've got to go the bull in that situation, 95. Hit the bull, 45 left. If it's a 25, he goes 20 bull or treble 20 double 5. It's all there in his mind, isn't it?
Yeah, no question, it's the only route to go on the 95.
100.
Of course, now Mervyn King broke the throw. Not very often does Phil Taylor lose that first throw. King's got it, but he's got to use it now, John. He cannot go and give this leg away easily.
100.
Straight tum, he'll settle for that.
Well, the impressive thing about that first leg from King's point of view was that even though Taylor threw first, King stayed in touch with him, so that should Taylor slip up, he could then step in. That's precisely what happened. And you've been saying for ages, and I've been saying for ages, Sid, Dave, and all the others have been saying for ages, that's what you've got to do with Taylor. Stay in touch, and when he misses, you've got to go in.
Well, you know that Phil Taylor's always going to be around when you're shooting at a double, and that's how he nicks legs, so you've got to do the same to him if you're going to beat him. Mervyn King wants 96 now, 1 more point than the previous leg. He's possibly going to get 6 darts at this. Normally this early on in the match, you don't see too many ton-plus shot outs.
What a big dart this. What a big dart this. Yes. So he's taken out 95. He's taken out 96. 97. Here we come. Exhibition stuff, Rob. What a great start for King. What a great start for Merv. The swerve.
139.
Oh, Mexican wave soon. Hope not.
Well, he won't be happy with that one. Taylor has got the throw. So Mervyn King 2 legs clear. If he holds on to this all the way, his throw all the way, and he's going to end up the winner. But you just know, John, that Phil Taylor's going to have this spurt this brilliant spurt of about 120 average for perhaps 4, 5, even 6 legs. And that's when Mervin King has got to hold on to him.
Yes. Oh yes, there's no doubt about it. Taylor will make an impact at some stage. You're absolutely right there. And ahead he may be one day. Soon in this game perhaps, but at the moment it's King ahead.
81. Fill your require 122.
Well, normally players would have gone for the 18s on the 1-2-2, but since Mervin King weren't on a shutout, Phil Taylor takes the straight route on the 20s. All Mervin King can do is just have these for practice.
57. Fill your require 32.
You mentioned about King having to go into the opening break as Taylor gets his first leg on the score sheet. It's imperative that King goes into the first break ahead in order to, great start, effectively still be in the contest. If he wins this leg, he's guaranteed that, isn't he now? Great start too.
Yeah, he certainly is. And then if he wins this to go 3-1 up, he can put some pressure on, knowing that he's going to go into that break. You know, he can just go for it.
Well, that's the last thing he wanted, because Taylor can hit now with a 140, even a 180. We haven't had one yet in this game. Saw a few in the Barneveld-Wade game, which went one way, then the other, then back again. Then in the end, Wade won it 10-8. Well, 245s on the trot. One senses perhaps Constantly didn't throw a particularly good leg the previous leg, and we may well soon find parity appearing.
But what Mervin King's got to do, John, because he's taken out them 2 big shots out, you know, the 95 and the 96, he's got to have in his mind thought that I'm going to stay next to Taylor because I am shooting out well. So he's got to concentrate, not throw darts away. He's got to stay with Phil.
Treble 10. Oh, lovely shoot in this. Found his range now. Perfectly pinpointed by that power. 1-2-2, just like that. 2-2 it is.
Well, Mervin will be very disappointed. He's 2-0 up, breaks Phil in the first leg, and then the last 2 legs have been pretty poor, and Mervin will know that. But what he's got to do, he's got to try and forget about it. He mustn't start thinking that he's hit 2 45s in that previous leg. As Phil Taylor hits a 45, now Mervyn King, this is where you've got to really hit him with a 180 or a 140.
Well, the last time I saw Taylor hit 45, the White Horse was at Wembley. Is that long ago?
60.
Seems like it. And Taylor starts with 45 and King only hits 60. That's where even just a ton would have given a little bit of leeway. But he now needs a ton 40. Just to be slightly ahead. Ton 80 will be more than handy. Will it just? Oh, there's the ton 40 though, Rob.
Well, he's back in the leg. He's got 20 points on Phil, but I don't think that's going to be enough. Now that is a perfect dart for Phil Taylor. He'll be very surprised if he doesn't fill this up.
Taylor's first maximum of the night, and he'd like a few more. That one most timely. But a brilliant reply by King, but Taylor favourite to go into the break 3-2 ahead. He started with the darts, he lost the first leg, he broke back in the last leg, and now 2-2 could become soon 2-0 down, rather could become 3-2 up for Taylor. Fancy him next visit, Rod, unless King here.
That's a perfect dart, treble bullseye. What a shot this will be from King. On the way, you don't get any closer than that. It was pin high, it worked low. It was a beautifully thrown dart.
Well, a great effort there from Mervin King, but this is where Taylor, I think, takes the lead for the first time in the match. A little bit in, it's not certain, mind you. Oh, no! Now then, this is the moment. King will go into the lead at the first break. If he now gets double 8, it served him well once tonight. Can it serve him well now? No is the answer. Nerves taking hold in this game.
Well, a big chance missed. You won't get many against this man, and he doesn't let you up again. Phil Taylor loses the first leg, goes into the break, the all-important 3-2 up.
Welcome back to Wembley. Yes, Taylor there, preparing himself for the winning dart in that first session. 2-0 down, celebrating, going 3-2 up into the break. And Rod, he was with the throw in that first session, but he's going to play James Wade, 10-8, the victor there against Van Barneveld. Taylor, as I say, 3-2 up. Is he going to be the man now to take control on this game? And there's Anastasia Dobromislova. Beautiful lady, wonderful dart player, lovely smile.
Game on.
Is this where Taylor takes over?
Yeah, I think so, John. I think Mervin had the chance. He took a chance in giving Phil the throw, and he took the first leg, which doesn't happen very often. Then he takes out 96 to go 2-0 up. That's when you've got to push on against this man. Against other players, you may have a little bit of leeway, but against this guy, you don't. And now Phil's got the throw back. You kind of feel that he will kick on now. I mean, he's 102 average. He'll up it to about 110 for 4 or 5 legs and get total control, I think, John.
That's good darts from King, but for 2 legs after he went 2-0, it was almost complete indifference from him. I know it's not deliberate, but in the 5th leg he had 2 darts to win the leg, double 8 and failed. Could have been a bit different.
100.
Well, they're the only chances you get against this man, and you have to take them. No player beats Phil Taylor, would keep missing chances, that's a fact. And we get the odd 1 or 2 against the throw. And certainly, Mervin King, you know, he should hang on to his darts here, and this is what he's got to do. Concentrate on your own legs, and then try and throw a 12-darter against Phil Taylor.
130.
Just to remind you, it was Mervin King who won the ball. That's his father, King Senior. And having won the ball, then invited Phil Taylor to throw first.
167.
Which could cost him if it's a very close finish. Looking here. Bullseye, we almost saw King take out 161. Taylor almost taking out 167. They were about as far away as each other, weren't they?
Now, I can't believe that Mervin's going this way. If he takes it out, fair play to him, which he has done. He played the gamble there, Mervin King, and it worked out for him. Picked the treble 14 with a double 11. But certainly, most players look at the treble 20 when they're on 80.
Yes, it's the pub players' way of getting 80. I noticed many times players in the local league going for treble 16. Mervin King favours it, but in that situation, you don't need a treble, do you? 2 20s and tops. but he pulled out of it very, very well indeed. He went 14 bull treble, 14 double 11, and it paid off. But he shouldn't have to be going that route, really.
Right, if you're going to talk about percentages on the dartboard, totally went the wrong way, but he came out on top in the end. And that's 3 clean shots he's had, 95, 96, and the 80. That's what you've got to do against Taylor. We keep saying it. You ain't going to beat him by having 3 clear darts at doubles in legs, that's for sure. But now, this is where Mervin King's got to use these, you know, good spurts of form to carry on it in the next leg.
The fact is, it's 3-all, it's first to 10, and King looks cool. Taylor, 106 average now. He'd averaged 106 against King on 2 occasions in the Premier League, in Newcastle when they drew 7 apiece, and in Cardiff
60.
when Taylor had a convincing 8-2 victory. Now he's averaging just under 106, and King around about 90. But 3-all it is, that's the stat that most matters.
140.
Certainly felt in control in this leg, shouldn't lose it. Mervin King, all he wants to do is just get some rhythm going.
100.
Taylor's going to get 2 darts to the double to take a 4-3 lead. 16. And he has missed this at times in the Premier League, but he certainly didn't miss it that time. Now this is a crucial leg for Mervin King. Got to hold his throw here, got to kick off with a big score.
Yeah, he's got to hold his throw in this session, really, hasn't he, to level it up at 5 apiece in the second break. We're ahead of ourselves, but why not? It's that kind of game. First 2 legs to King, next 3 to Taylor. King got the first one on re-entrance to the stage, and Taylor's just gone ahead 4-3 by taking the 7th.
40.
What a mistake that from Mervin King. Kicks off with a brilliant first score. Phil Taylor goes up there, hits just 40, and then Mervin King does not follow his 140 up. And you know Taylor now going to put the pressure on. Exactly that. That's what Taylor is so good at. You make a mistake, he's going to punish you for it.
3-2-1, 3-2-1. Well,
125.
125 to King makes him still favourite for this leg. He's handy where he is, ready to set up next time he visits the hockey. Unlucky here, Taylor, close but not in.
96.
And 225. But 196, big hole, setting this up nicely now.
85.
Well, that was an unlucky deflection. Really cost Mervin King. He would have been going back to the board at least 96, and he'd already taken that out. Now Phil Taylor. Phil Taylor sticks at 180. What pressure that will be on Mervin King, and he's just going to lay this on the top of the yellow.
135.
Although it's a missed dart, it's actually left him an even number.
It's a nice score, 90, isn't it? And 111. Well,
Game shot.
I'm not absolutely sure where the first dart was, Rod, and that was a staggering finish from King. And exactly. You had us all bemused there, Mervin. I reckon you only just about sorted it out in time. Brilliant stuff.
Well, this is incredible finishing from Mervin King.
59.
To watch, and it's really just keeping him in the game. When you have to keep taking out these shots to stay in the game, you know, you ain't going to do
55.
it over a long distance. Short distances, yes, but he's got to now up his scoring a bit to match Phil.
Evidently it's 7 with the first dart.
100.
Triple 18 ball, brilliant recovery. But I think the line is going for the crowd with the first dart. It's the 50, 161, isn't it? But anyway, it's gone. And Barry gets an excellent 140. You've got to say that King has a touch unorthodox at times, but if he's hitting them and he swings the leg, who's to argue or complain?
Well, there's an old saying in golf, there's no room for comment on the scorecard. At the moment, Mervin King level pegging with the power at 4-all. 4 3-dart finishes for Mervyn King. It's kept him in this game. Now he's starting to up his scoring a bit. His average is up at just under 93, where Taylor's still at 103.5. We know Taylor will stay at that average, but Mervyn King just got to up it by 5 or 6 points to really have a good go. If he can stay really close to Phil Taylor, then come the end of the game, it will be the one holds the pressure wins.
100.
Only a ton from King. Taylor 124. Feel the way King's finishing, just taking out 111, that Taylor might want to take this out. And the 108 well within his scope, and these are the kind of finishes that suddenly put you in with a chance, even against the power.
Double 18. Another absolutely brilliant shot out from Mervyn King. And now, has he got a little bit in Phil Taylor's head? That's the unbelievable shot there from King. And will Taylor just come off the top a bit? Phil will be standing. As an ex-player, you will stand behind Mervyn King and go, right, I can't give him a shot out. And that little bit of pressure could be the one thing that Mervyn King needs.
Well, during the course of this this session, he's taken out 80 with 16 treble 14 double 11. He's taken out 111 with 7 treble 18 on the bull, and he's just taken out 108 with in rather more orthodox fashion, I have to say, 18 treble 18 and double 18. And when you think that the very first leg of the match was 95 with bull 13 double 16, absolutely wonderful to behold. And there it is, 5 out of 8, a 63%. Brilliant.
Well, and the all-important break of Phil Taylor again. The second time Mervyn King has broken Phil Taylor, but can he hold it now? Can he hold his throw? This is a massive leg for Mervyn King, because he will go in the second break 6-4 up. Only needed 4 more legs.
And like a wounded animal, Rodney. Apprehensive, Mrs. King there, and I was talking to her earlier, you know, Ron, at the hotel, and she said, I'm not going to get worked up tonight. She said, I've seen it all before, but that's not getting worked up.
137.
Well, Mervyn King is still in this leg, but he needs a 140. He knows that Phil Taylor may only get 1 dart at the double, but he's not pressured the shot at all. Phil Taylor may not hit the treble and only have the 1 dart at the double. Well, it's exactly that. He's only going to get the 1 dart at the double, John.
Yes, just the 1 dart, but to level up at 5 apiece, scoring into the break. We are seeing a wonderful game of darts. Taylor breaks back there, and 5-all to play for. The winner of this place, James Wade. But we don't know yet who it's going to be. Back for more soon. Welcome back to Wembley. Mervyn King there releasing the darts, celebrating another double. It might even be a bull. He's been throwing that well. Taylor 2. There you have the power, release and power. Celebrating 2. It's 5 apiece here, but the winner of this one plays, of course, James Wade in the final coming up. And Dave Lanning's joined me in the box here. We both saw Wade score this afternoon for Burnley in Wembley. Next door, Dave, sitting high up in the gods there. Nice to be with you again here watching Premier League. And congratulations, Burnley, on Premier League status.
And Taylor having plenty to think about. Mervin King perhaps playing with a little bit more resolve
99
than we had anticipated. After that 8-2 whacking that Taylor gave him in Cardiff, we felt that Phil Taylor really had his measure. But with darts like that, Mervin King is more than capable of holding. And we have yet to see the power at his peak, or indeed the peak of his power.
Yes, the highest average he's had in this match, 106, but it's waned to 101.5, and King has gone up from the late 80s to 93, 94, approaching now, so he's definitely not on the wane, and this game has lots of possibilities. Well, 2 actually, a Taylor win or a King win, and Taylor gets his third 180 of the match. King's just got his first. Warming up nicely, Mr. Lanning.
Yes, once again, it's at the stage of the match where an emphatic break either way could be decisive. Phil Taylor could leave himself a double here to put real pressure on King. Treble 10 ought to be perhaps his shot now. It's lovely shooting, beautiful darts.
127. Mervin, you require 121.
Well, King won the throw in the practice room, and he's going for bull here for a 1-2-1. He almost took out 1-6-1 earlier in the contest. Was just a fraction the wrong side of the wire as he was then. Now Taylor for the lead, 6-5. Awkward, got to go just inside that. You can see that angle that he sees. He looked disappointed. Not yet dejected, Dave, but certainly disappointed.
And King with a chance to regain the lead, double 8. He's normally immaculate, and he is here. And Taylor can but think about missed opportunities. 2 darts at double 8, but not that one from Mervin King.
That's right, it's the second time in this match double 8 has served King well. He did miss it on that one occasion, you're right, when Taylor went ahead in the opening session of the match. He went into the first break 3-2 up, and King really is motoring now. This is good stuff, this, from the Norfolk man.
Growing in stature as this match unfolds. Remember, he held Taylor in Newcastle and ruffled his feathers.
40.
No way they can draw this evening. And while the placard Picassos are having a good time, it is Taylor who will be just getting
60.
a little maggots of doubt in his mind, John.
Yes, I agree. I think that disappointed look we saw a few moments ago when he missed the double told us something. It told us that he knows he's in a contest. Incidentally, King has just put 3 darts above treble 20, just like that first one of Taylor. Unlucky.
100.
Taylor's put 2 there himself. Good darts, 6 good darts, and only 1 of them going in the treble.
You have to agree that Mervin King has really been a prized addition to the Premier League, and indeed perhaps the sensation of this year's tournament. Very few people, I think, would have given him a chance of winning it when he got through, but he more than held his own. In fact, he set pace quite spectacularly early on, and here he is now, you know, and he might take out the greatest scalp of them all.
100.
Taylor has never lost this title,
161.
and his pride and passion wants to retain that record. Now King needs another treble really here, and and Taylor's a long way back.
Yes, Taylor well back here, could go 7-5 down if he doesn't do something soon. And we've said over the years that if you're going to beat Phil Taylor, you've got to set
97.
the seeds of doubt in his mind, and the only way you can do that is by hanging on to his coattails or by even getting ahead of him. And certainly, as he looks at double 8 again, fractured inside, and it's 7-5, moves across, you can see opens up the target.
60.
Unlucky, and Taylor now 164 is probably a must.
Well, it's not often you see Taylor under this kind of a pressure needing this kind of big finish, and it's not on. King with a clear opportunity to go 2 legs up, and there was concern on the face of Phil Taylor.
136. Mervin requires
Good recovery that from Taylor. He went for the 2 treble 19s double top, but sorry, 2 treble 19s bullet would have been, and it's academic anyway. King 7-5 ahead. We're seeing, folks, a match here and a half now, and yes, the snarl on his face tells all. He must now realise, not that it's been in his mind at all ever the thought of defeat, I'm sure, but he must realise now that a final place in the White and Mackay Premier League 2009 is within his grasp.
Not to mention a guarantee of £65,000.
Yes, and more than, well, almost twice that for the winner. 125 grand for the winner. But you can bet your life over the next few minutes Taylor will be playing for so
59.
much pride. The power will try and hang on in there.
And his average has just dropped a tad below 3 figures for just about the first
45.
time. You can see them there, and this means so much to Mervyn King. You can see how much he's putting into this match. He knows he's got a very real chance to beat one of the true giants of this sport and be the first man to prevent
99.
him winning this championship. Taylor, will remind you, bidding for his 5th successive crown, but right now it's looking just a little bit tight.
Great cover shot.
96.
Yes, the hardest thing about the game now for King is the concentration. It's not tiredness. Best of 19 legs, first to 10 is not going to test them in terms of
97.
stamina, but in terms of concentration, it's total, utter concentration, and when he's concentrated, he's produced. Just an odd dart, as before, floating into 5.
Taylor with a narrow lead here. He needs this leg to prevent King going within 2 legs of victory.
Yes, it's often in adversity that you begin to see the best in champions. And it may well be that Taylor will really have to start producing it. King can leave himself handy here. That's not a bad dart if he gets another treble. Needed the other treble, really.
86.
Would have left him on 80, of course, but Taylor 86, treble 18. Now single 18 for Bull. He wants double 7. Played each way there.
72.
What a chance here for King, Dave. Shanghai on 1-12-20, and he's had some big checkouts in this game already.
A Shanghai here might well press gang Phil Taylor, missed the treble, and Taylor
56.
now looking at double 7 to reduce the deficit to a single leg. Taylor looking at that double. Now then, got to be clever. Needs some surgical skill here. Getting closer and closer and closer.
7.
And he's missed it, it's inside. That's 4 darts and a double.
64.
And this could be costly for Taylor. King now looking at 64.
Yeah, I'm just about to say it could be the most costly darts of the match for Taylor, those, because now double 16 for an 8-5 lead. He's got the throw in the next leg, and that's costly for King. You've got to get 3 legs ahead of Taylor, and only 2 more needed for victory, but it ain't going to happen now. Oh, would you believe it? Taylor misses big three. That's pressure on the power. Believe it or not. We've
Never
just seen
before,
it.
never before have I seen Taylor miss a big fat single under pressure. And this is an opportunity for King, and King must absolutely punish him mercilessly. And does.
In the 13th leg, Mervin King.
Well, it's a long time, Dave, since I saw Taylor miss a big number. When he was having that streaky patch in the World Championships year before last, and in the early days of the Premier League last year, remember when I saw him on 1 or 2 occasions do it then, but rarely does it happen.
Well, I must be absolutely honest. We've seen Taylor miss doubles, we've seen Taylor miss the ball, but under pressure, I have never ever seen him miss a big fat single. The crowd are hushed.
60.
His surprise, because now Mervin King within 2 legs of defeating Philip Taylor and going through into the final. Very few gave him a chance. But King has nerves of steel and no little ability. Taylor battling, fighting, clawing for his life now.
Well, that's his 4th maximum. They need another 2 or 3 in this match in order to rescue something. He went 3-2 up, having been 2-0 down, did Phil Taylor. By the end of the second session, it was 5 apiece. And now 3 legs in a row to King in this session.
60. Mervin, you require 121.
He's throwing first in this leg, so advantage Mervin King.
Now he will be
42.
back. Didn't really do enough damage with those 3 darts for King, but Taylor needs at least 100. At least 100. And he's going to need this one absolutely spot on to get 100. And he
60.
hasn't. That is little short of a darting calamity.
79.
Yeah, and those are the darts of a man who's struggling at the moment, who really does believe in his head that he could lose this game, and that's when you know, as a player, John Part knows how it is, Raymond van Barneveld knows how it is, Mervyn King senses it too, when you've got even the power on the ropes and almost on the canvas, you've got to make the most of it. We could be seeing soon, folks, a famous victory for Mervyn King, but this man, we know, is a bit special, and it's too early, even at 9-5, to say he's out.
So over the years, all the matches, all the venues, and all those victories. Now Phil Taylor, a moment of darting history, it has to be said. In the King family camp, there is nerves, but they must be feeling good. They must be feeling confident. Surely
60.
A man of Mervyn King's consistency and his ability to finish under pressure. Surely he won't let this slip, but we've learned over the years, you never ever write off Philip Taylor.
140.
No, I was mentioning when Rod was with me here, the wounded beast in the form of Phil Taylor can become deadly, but and the other aspect is Mervyn King has to hold himself together. We've so often said that crossing that winning line can be so precarious at times.
100.
Not as easy as it might seem. He will have virtually given this leg up. He's just got to keep making sure that he scores, keeps his rhythm,
74.
holds himself together. Double 16 then. And he'll be back. He is disconsolate. He's only hit 5 doubles out of 17 attempts, and that ain't Taylor at his best by any means. As King reminds him that he can't afford to miss again, Dave.
No, he certainly cannot. Taylor has had 2 darts at that double 8, and there's the third.
The 15 flag, Phil Taylor.
And there is Taylor looking at the exit door. Can he possibly summon the sinew and come back from 9-6 down against the rampant Mervin King? We'll see after this break.
Well, I'll tell you what, one thing I will say is we criticised Mervin King at the outset of this contest, Rod Harrington and I. We said that we thought that he was foolish to win the throw in the practice room and then allow Taylor to have the throw. Now, the moment has arrived, Dave, where King actually has the advantage going into the last session.
Yes, well, they're taking a break, but we're not, so you can see these terrific pictures. Taylor there in slow-mo, and Taylor looking good there, but he has got now just to think about what he's got to do, and he's possibly facing the biggest mountain, the greatest challenge he's had certainly in the last 10 or 15 years. Taylor with it all to do after he returns from their personal break.
Yes, that's right. He's had 1 or 2 tests, of course, during that rocky patch, which was, what now, 16, 17 months ago, and lasted perhaps 3 or 4 months. But the fact is that Mervin King deserves to be ahead in this contest, and he really put the pressure on in the second session. He had an 80 checkout with 16 treble 14 double 11. He had a 111 checkout with 7 treble 18 and the bull, and he had a 108 checkout with 18 treble 18 and double 18. He won that session 3-2, and now the session we've just witnessed, he's taken that 4-1, and at 9-6 ahead, you've got to say surely King, he's throwing first in 2 of the next 3 legs, surely his favourite.
I think it was that 8th leg, you know, that 111 checkout that Mervin King did, that with the ball just turned it round. And there is Taylor. He's returned early to the stage, and Taylor knows now he's facing possibly the greatest test and examination. Hail the King, that may be premature, but Mervin King needs just 1 more leg.
Well, hail the King indeed. Taylor's often been called the King, of course, and quite rightly so. The big crowd here sense that they may be witnessing something that you don't see very often, and we haven't seen ever before in terms of Premier League darts, and that is a Taylor defeat on finals night.
Mervin King knows now he has just got to produce 1 more 12-13 dart leg, and he will have put Phil Taylor out of the White & Mackay Premier League and made sure we're going to have a new winner for the first time in 5 stagings of the Premier League, and it is King with the darts at the top of the 16th leg, needing just 1 more.
100.
The fact is that 7 legs ago, Taylor was averaging 106. At the moment, he's averaging just under 96. That means that during those last 6 or 7 legs, Dave, 100. Taylor's average has been in the mid-80s, and that ain't good enough. He knows that.
No, his form has, it must be said, eclipsed. And King has just got to hold his nerve. What's his checkout percent? It's 56%. So if Taylor lets him get in a double, he's unlikely to miss.
$99 above his average score. We've always said that, have we, in this match? But at the moment, very much advantage
45.
King, but that's not the first 45 he's hit in this contest. It's about the 4th or 5th, and really, it's like I said earlier, it's that concentration. It's not so much a demand on stamina, but it is a demand on
86.
the mind.
Well, Taylor has edged ahead, but 100, 140, 180 here could put King back. And
61.
he seems to have lost his way. Despair in his camp. Now then, Taylor with a ton plus could take this leg and still stay alive in the semis.
134.
Particularly good darts there from Taylor. Downstairs, beautifully thrown.
Well, he rescued something by winning the last leg of the previous session, and it looks now as though he's going to win the first leg of this final session against the throw, and that will start then. He's on 17 for tops. This for 9-7. Then he's throwing first.
62.
Well, this is a big visit to the board. The man who's taken out 111, 108, 95, 80 spectacularly. Now 115 for the match. 90. He wants double 18 here for a famous victory. It's unbelievable! Unbelievable! A fantastic win for Mervin King. Takes him into the final of the Premier League. Oh, Dave Lanning, what a victory for Mervin King.
Taylor has graced our boards for so long, but he's out, and King it is who puts his way into the final.
Well, very few people expected that. One man believed, though, that man Mervin King puts Phil Taylor out of the competition for the first time in the history of the Premier League. Taylor goes out of the semi-final stage, beaten by the man who showed such great form at the start of the season. 10-6 victory for Mervin King. It's a James Wade Mervin King final. Mervin, that obviously meant a heck of a lot to you.
You really have no idea what that meant to me, honestly. Oh, come on. Wait. Okay. Trust me. Okay. I know you lot are absolutely Phil Taylor. I know that. But he wasn't here tonight, and I've done just enough to beat him. I appreciate he's your man. I appreciate that. But I thank everyone for the support. Thank you.
Listen, they may have not shown you respect the whole time, but you have really shown that you can play this game. Yes, it was an out-of-sorts Phil Taylor, but to perform like that on this stage and keep the pressure on Phil Taylor, not many people can do that.
No. To be fair, I mean, the man is an absolute living legend, and to come up here and to play him in the final of the the semi-final of the Premier League is something that I only ever dreamed about. And to come up here and to do that and actually come off victorious, you've no idea what it's unbelievable.
Is that the biggest performance of your entire career?
No, I played better. I have played better, and I played better and lost. You know, I mean, to be fair, Phil wasn't Phil tonight, and I took full advantage of it. There you go. I can. If someone's a little bit off their stroke, I can get on top of that, and I proved it tonight. And I'll prove it every time. If someone's a little bit off, I'll jump on it and I'll take full advantage of it. I'm not saying I'm the best player in the world, but when my A game turns up, then, you know, maybe.
Is it going to be difficult to refocus yourself because you still have a crack at the £125,000 and a certain Mr. James Wade?
At the end of the day, James is a great player, fantastic player. He's a very good friend of mine, and that's going to make it hard. But you know, I'm going to go away. I'm going to do my best to get ready for the final, and hopefully that's going to be enough, and hopefully you're going to see a great final.
And it must give you great confidence that in the league stages you beat him twice convincingly.
Yeah, but that was then. Tonight's a different matter. Every night, every game is a different day. So whatever the score was in the 2 times we had in the league, forget that. Tonight's final. Tonight is be all. You know what I mean? This is it. So forget them 2.
Mervin, congratulations. You've got about 20 minutes to get yourself ready before that final. We'll let you go. Ladies and gentlemen, Mervin King beating Phil Taylor and through to the final of the 2009 Premier League. Well, it's the final nobody expected. James Wade, the world number 2, against a man making his debut in the Premier League this season, Mervin King.